recruitment numbers and waning resources, but it's most likely that all had some role to play in the decision. After a long and arduous year, the war was over. The Imperium now stood victorious and defiant.
I love watching the animals fight. It's so good, entertaining to me. I wish I could take gambling bets on who's gonna win. It's like, fuck, man.
Turmoil. After Pearl Abyss purchased Crowd Control Productions, there was concern in the community that they would eventually begin to offer
Crowd Control Productions
that had traditionally only been available to those who worked hard to earn them in-game. And these fears were made far more tangible when, in March of 2022, they announced a special pack for sale that they called the Prospector Pack. While many different things were offered, among them was a mining barge, the Retriever. The sale of this ship was a shock to almost everyone in the game.
Oops, are we on charms? No, he's just mad that I'm healing.
Often began by mining in high-sec, saving in order to afford a new Retriever so that they could mine more efficiently. And its existence was symbolic of the struggle for success in New Eden for new and old players alike. The ability to purchase this ship felt like a betrayal. The Council of Stellar Management said as much in an open letter. It reads in part, quote, "One issue that has been a perennial player concern is that of monetization. From the 2011 Summer of Rage to the monthly complaints from players over different ads and new monetization schemes, no one can argue that the core player base in EVE Online cares deeply about monetization and is highly skeptical about the direction CCP monetization has been going. The one line we have always said should never be crossed is the selling of fitted ships. This has been consistent. It has been long held and passionately held by most core players. None of us have talked with any of our fellow CSM members who believed that selling fitted ships was an acceptable means of monetizing the game. Any sale like this would have a negative impact on the in-game economy for a variety of reasons, but most importantly because it would both set the in-game price for ships as a function of the real-life cost of the sale as we see with skins, and because it would edge out producers by introducing free ships that did not require in-game time and materials to produce. We cannot, in good faith, tell any player concerned with
tomorrow's the rust wipe.
This is as
it's
far
gonna be
as
good.
The line goes, because we have seen, twice now, CCP willingly cross a line that we were confident was strictly off limits." End quote. After a coordinated effort by EVE content creators to draw attention to this issue that they called EVE Blackout and significant pressure from the player community, the Prospector Pack was removed. The question for players now was simply, how would they attempt to monetize the game?
That's because I'm in Everfall.
It was clear that they wished to move away from the monthly subscription model, but it wasn't clear how precisely they would do so in a game that prioritized player effort so highly. What precisely the company will do with the game
Your skill has increased.
future is difficult to predict, but the players are passionate enough to stay, even in the face of profoundly unpopular decisions, and fight for the virtual world that they have made their second home, both against one another and the company. As this video is being completed, a new war has broken out involving much the same belligerence as the war that preceded it, and its trajectory will chart yet another chapter in the history of the game. After 2 decades, EVE Online not only refuses to die, but continues to thrive, and its stories will continue to be told in characteristic, nigh incomprehensible jargon by players passionately recalling their time spent in New Eden. This has been an incredibly incomplete overview of the history of EVE Online.
Incredibly incomplete.
From the way that ships are fitted to every subculture of the game is rich with history and complexity, and to gather all of it would be more than a lifetime's worth of work, and it is still growing. A single aspect discussed could have filled multiple videos of the same runtime. This is true for the maneuverings of high-sec corporations, the drama swirling in low-sec, the intricate politics of null-sec, the history of evictions in wormhole space, the growth and evolution of industry, the history of day trading commodities in economic hubs, the regular tournaments between skilled combatants, factional warfare, the lore of the game, the science of fitting ships and creating fleet doctrines, and a cavalcade of other topics, not least of which being the stories of individuals, such as the maneuverings of the late Vilerat, the resignation of the Mittani from Imperium leadership, and the efforts of Jade Constantine to create the first nullsec trade hub. The harrowing tales of spies, saboteurs, defectors, and fleet commanders cannot be overstated either, all leaving their mark on New Eden. Special consideration goes to Andrew Braun and his work Empires of Eve, without which the creation of this video would have proven far more daunting. His effort to chronicle the history of the nullsec empires has not only been foundational to this video, but its knowledge is essential to all those hoping to understand the complexities of those factions. Eve University and its wormhole campus also deserve mention, without whom the game would have been far more mystifying and impenetrable. I wish to personally thank Roadflight, who patiently sat with me and explained the most bare of basics multiple times. Much of what was discussed in this video was knowingly incomplete for the sake of viewer comprehension and runtime, and there are almost certainly inaccuracies due to error or ignorance.
You did okay, Frederick. I thought you were great. I think you're really great now. I think you're a wonderful person now. Thank you for doing what I can't do, which is try to bolster EVE Online. I can't do it. Not till I'm more famous or whatever like you. Yeah. It was so good. I watched every minute of it uninterrupted, and I loved every minute of it. It was classic and amazing. Thank you for making a masterpiece classic about EVE Online. Somebody needed to. And it doesn't surprise me that it's Frederick. I've always had a lot of faith in Frederick, but... yeah, it was good. It was really good. Alright, well, this was good. Okay, here's a video from 4 hours ago from Asmongold about BlizzCon is in 2 days.
It's pretty crazy that BlizzCon is coming out in like 2 days. Classic Plus is 100% happening. I think that it should be. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Retail WoW is dead.
Classic
Literally
Plus.
Nobody cares about it. There's a few people that play retail WoW. Like
I don't play it every day. No.
These guys are playing retail. This is, to be fair, probably the most retail representation that we've seen in a long time. You know, this guy's playing retail, but for the most part, nobody gives a fuck about retail. And
I don't.
Classic WoW is what it's all about.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think that retail can bring out an expansion to undo the problems that it has. Because, like, retail has, like, bloat problems. So, unless you, like, fundamentally redo the game, you can't really solve that. Like, what do you what do you do, right? I mean, you've got to reset it somehow.
Yeah.
Like, every game has a reset in one way or another. Like, we're having PoE 2. There's Diablo 4. Diablo 3 was out for a long time. Then there's Diablo 4. You don't think expansions are a strong enough reset? Well, expansions, what do expansions reset? Expansions reset your gear, and that's it. And they make you level up again. What is the difference between an expansion and a patch? There is no difference. It's just maybe a bigger power gap. So yeah, you have to spend money on an expansion. That's a good point. Yeah, there you go. Do you think it would be fresh then, everyone from level 1? This is what I think Blizzard should do. This is my best case scenario for BlizzCon. They announce Classic Plus.
My leash wins.
They say it won't be out anytime soon. And they say in the meantime, we're doing fresh Classic servers with, you know, like maybe, I don't know, actually nothing. Like just do nothing. Just say the gates are closed. We're gonna do it just like 2019. And you can do the the Black Scarab Lord thing, the Black Bug, and everything else. and they say these servers are going to become Classic Plus servers. So level on there now, build your reputations now, build your experience now, and you'll be ready for Classic Plus whenever it comes out in like a year or 2 years or something like that. That's what I think they should do. That is, in my opinion, the best case scenario. Because it basically gets people hyped up for a game that's already been released. Do you think there'll actually be new changes in Classic Plus? I think there should be a handful, but not many. So if I'm talking about like, what are changes, let me actually look and see. Let's see, so this was from 2021. And let's see how many of these would I actually want in like, yeah, this is basically it. No mage boosting, alternative buff all experience by 3x or more. I don't really think that we should do this, to be honest with you. I've kind of, let me do this. Which of these do I still agree with now after I've thought about the game for longer? I think mage boosting is totally fine. I do. I don't think it's really a big deal. Now, obviously, I would be okay if they just got rid of mage boosting and they got rid of... I don't think they should buff experience. Because, like, I can see why people wouldn't want mage boosting, but I don't think they should buff experience. I think experience is fine. Because buffing experience plays into the... It plays into the narrative that the game starts at level 60. And it doesn't. It starts at level 1. Boob slider. We're not going to cross this one out. We're going to underline it. New raids. Obviously. Harder fights on older content. I'm talking about things like Hakar 5 Priest. Plus no loot. I think that beating something like Hakar 5 Priest or something like this is a reward intrinsically, and it doesn't need to actually be something that you get better gear for. Because once you put a reward into a game, then you create gameplay. So for example, nobody tried to farm out the Ravenhold rep before they added the Insane title, except for like people that were actually insane. There's like 6 of them. So outside of that, nobody did that. But once you add a title and a reward to something, you drive gameplay. So for example, everybody is always running ICC in retail WoW to get Invincible, right? Well, how many people are running Max 25? None, because it doesn't drop them out. It doesn't drop a rare amount, and so the amount drives the gameplay. So rewards drive gameplay. That's how it is. Wrong? No, I'm just completely right. I know this better than you do. It's obvious. Anybody who's not stupid would agree with me. Anyway, so yes, I think harder fights on older content is good, but the rewards for them should only be in accolades. It should only be like, hey, we did this. You don't need to have a title, you don't need an achievement, you don't need anything. Just have it be out there, and that's it. No world buffs and raids. I have now completely gone back on this opinion. World buffs are what makes Classic WoW great. World buffs make the world feel alive. World buffs create a sense of camaraderie inside of your server. I am a big fan of world buffs, and I think that it's better to have that camaraderie and that experience and that excitement of being able to log on and get those cool buffs. I think that matters 10 times more than having a hard fight. Well, you want a hard fight? Go play Dragonflight. It's 1,000 times harder than anything Classic. So that's what I think. World buffs are great. World buffs was never intended for raids. Yeah, well, that didn't happen for all of Classic, so it looks like it's alright. Dragonflight is still easy as fuck. Not on Mythic, I guarantee you. And if it is, then you should play the game less and do something else. I disagree. World buffs make shit easier. They absolutely do. And you know what else makes shit easier? Logging on to Classic World of Warcraft, a solved 18-year-old video game that requires a one-button rotation. If you want something challenging, go play Valorant. If you want something challenging, go play League of Legends. Don't play this brain-dead, dumb-fuck game that the average age of people that play it is 30 years old, 40 years old, and most people are too fucking slow to be able to react to a 5-second debuff, don't talk about, oh, how this needs to be harder. If it's harder, those people are going to quit the game. They're the audience. You're not proving anything by doing nothing in Classic WoW, other than like beating other players in PvP, has any value. There is nothing skillful about clearing any content in Classic WoW or achieving anything in Classic WoW. It is a personal achievement. Like, I got 200 armor smithing in New World. It took no skill, and it took a lot of time. You can be a Grand Marshal, and you can be trash at PvP. You can be a Scarab Lord, and you can just be a Guildmaster, and that's why you're Scarab Lord.
Mm-hmm.
You can get every single thing in Classic WoW, and you don't deserve it at all. Hardcore takes skill, though. The skill that Hardcore takes to level to 60 is fractional compared to the amount of skill being good at a competitive PvP game takes.
Yep.
Is a fraction. It is a single-digit percentage of the difference. I understand that again, it takes planning. Stop trying to make a casual game hardcore. You're going to ruin the game. Stop it.
I love hardcore.
Just stop. It's not hard. Stop trying to get an ego from beating an easy game. Just stop it. Stop trying to have an ego for beating a solved 18-year-old video game. This video game can vote. What are you doing? Jesus.
I didn't touch it for 8 years. I'm allowed to. I didn't touch this game beyond the expansions for 8 years. I did not waste my time on it like you did. I did not. I left in 2015. I did not look back. I left. Like,
no debuff limit at all. I agree with this still. Debuff limits are stupid, and all they did was make it to where Shadow Priests and Affliction Warlocks couldn't raid. Rebalancing of classes, especially for Ret, Moonkin, and Prop Paladin. I agree with this too. Maybe not Prop Paladin, right? But especially Ret and Moonkin. Ret should have something that makes their raid damage higher, and Moonkin should have something that makes their melee turn higher. Feral Druid, I think Feral can play pretty well. Arena, I don't think they should add Arena. I do think they should add RBGs. I think adding Arena into WoW was a mistake. I think they should have gone with RBGs right from the beginning. Why are Arenas a mistake? It made the game too competitive and too focused on balance and too focused on like hyper optimizing classes. And it took the experience of playing in an MMO in a shared world, and it took it and it distilled it down to what 3 characters can beat 3 other characters. But I don't think that's a healthy way to look at an MMO. Because a mage, a warrior, and a shaman, for example, those are not supposed to be the only 3 classes that are in combat. Battlegrounds was what an MMO was made for. A group of different players that are all playing different classes that all synergize in different ways. I think 3v3 is too small for that. Maybe like 5v5 would be a little bit better. But I just think RBG should be better. 5v5 would be cool, but it wasn't though. The reason why Arena is also boring, is bad, is because it's not good for viewers. It's a bad esport. RBGs are 1,000 times better to watch. And if you want to have this, like, Arena exists because it wants to become an esport. That's why Arena exists. It exists as the esport version of World of Warcraft. And in my opinion,
that was good Arena for
I think
a time.
That if an esport isn't good to watch, it's not worth existing. Arena is so boring to watch. Nobody cares, nobody understands it. But because like RBGs have like a meta goal, something like capture the flag or holding these points. This is something that a casual player can latch onto and understand. Versus like this person is using 17 cooldowns, and these cooldowns synergize with
I'm done with this camp.
Like, there's all this other like interplay in it, and people just don't get it.
Right as my inventory fills.
I don't know about that. Classes aren't balanced for 1v1. We saw that yesterday. That's just how it is. Well, that the same engine and graphics will only attract nostalgia classic players. I don't believe they can keep using that. Using the same engine and graphics. So, about the graphics of World of Warcraft. This game came out 10 years ago. This game doesn't have insane graphics, but it has great fidelity of the graphics. It's not photorealistic, at least. Let's see here. What other games don't really have good graphics? I mean, Lost Ark is using Unreal 3. PUBG sucks. Ark
Unreal
is
3.
World of Tanks, I don't think looks very good. Black Desert, I don't think looks
Rust
great.
looks
If
good.
you actually look at it, it has great visuals, but the fidelity of those visuals is very low. There are many games. Return to Moria looks like shit, in my opinion.
Yeah, I didn't think Return to Moria
So,
looked
yeah,
graphically
I mean,
very good.
I have exactly what you need.
Well, what I'm
Nice,
saying
7
is,
silver,
like,
not bad. I can buy another bag.
this is the point that I'm making, is that graphics don't make the game better. I think that just keeping the same old graphics is a good idea, because that's what OSRS does, and it's been very successful. At least try with the old graphics at first. No respec cost. I completely agree with this. I think having to spend gold to respec only limits the game, and it
Oh, I
makes
went the
it
wrong
less
way.
fun.
Yeah, I did.
I
think
actively play the game less because I
a
can't
hearth
respec.
is in order here.
It's that simple.
But I think
I want to do
normally I would
PvP,
actually be over in this
and
area
I also
though.
want to be able
So
to tank.
I'm gonna heart to Brill on
But I
on
can't
the,
do
on the
that
assumption
without
I can
paying
get a
100
bag.
gold collectively, right? Respec one way, respec back. Dual spec? No, you should just be able to respec whenever you want, however you want.
Yeah, like New World. Yep.
You need a gold sync? You're right. I think they should do it in a different way.
Movable mounts. Sorry, but like you can move
I would be
while
okay
casting
if-
them out.
For example, like, as like a compromise, you were able to have like 3 different specs. Like, you know, you had your arm spec, your fury spec, and your prot spec, and you would have to respec your prot spec if you wanted to change your talents in your prot. But you could swap between any of them, like, I don't know, maybe in town or wherever you're at. You know, I think that would be okay. No honor system or rank 14 grind. The rank 14 grind was garbage. It was not a good system. What
It's
should they
been
do instead?
bad since
Maybe they should
2015.
do something like Burning Crusade. I don't really know. I have no idea. But they should do something that is different than the rank 14 grind. They already changed it. Yeah, I don't know if it's any better though. Guild banks. Guild banks obviously should happen. There is no downside to guild banks, and it's just that's all there is to it. Guild banks are good, and they should have guild banks. Like,
Yeah, storage is a problem, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I mean, like, I don't know. I'd have to think more about it. Mount tab, like just in retail, absolutely. This is not even a question. Having mounts take up a slot in your inventory adds nothing to the game, and it's just simply annoying. Summoning stones. No. No. If it was retail WoW, I would want summoning stones. But classic WoW is not retail WoW. That's the truth. The reason why classic WoW is really cool is because you have to ride from Stormwind down through Westfall to get the ZG buff. If you could summon people, like, collectively at Zul'Gurub and just have them all summoned there, or at Yojimba Isle, and you can do that with
Your
Warlocks.
skill has increased.
So it's not like this is impossible to do, but it's something that you have to plan for and earn. So yes. New classes. I think this is something I would be interested in, but I don't think it's something they should do right off the bat. Yeah, I mean, like, maybe in, like, 2 years into it, right? They could add in a Death Knight or something.
Rest your weary bones for a
Yeah,
spell.
Blizzard will fuck it up. Probably, yes. AoE looting.
Goodbye.
I agree with AoE looting.
Yep.
I think AoE looting is a good thing. It just simply makes the game more streamlined to play. Now, I will provide an argument against AoE looting and talk about why I don't think it's valid anymore. One reason why AoE looting is bad is because
Dark
the amount
Lady,
of time that
watch
it takes
over
for you to
you.
loot all the items is another value that you have to calculate in terms of, is something worth farming or not. But the truth is that people are very fast with looting now, with macros and everything. So really, this is something that just makes it unpleasant and annoying for casual players. And it just makes the game worse for casual
This is
players.
11 o'clock, nice.
And good players are able to automate around it. So it's like the worst of both worlds. Irrelevant to good players and hurtful to casual players. So yes, AoE looting, absolutely. Minigame content. Abso-fucking-lutely. Remember the Dark Moon Fair they added in patch 4.3 in Cataclysm in Dragon Soul? That was a very good day. I think they need to add a lot more stuff like that. Absolutely not? No, absolutely they need to add that. Maybe not the one from 4.3, but in a general sense, they need to add more content that is casual content for the game for players to do that is outside of the scope of just logging on and doing a raid. Like a Brawlers League, stuff like that. Fall Guys, stuff like that. Yes, exactly. Well, little jumping puzzles. I would love that. Achievement system with chase meta account rewards. I will now disagree with this. And this is going to go back and forth to this here. Okay? And the reason why, I'm going to tell you guys why. Achievements drive gameplay. Whenever there is an achievement in the game, players play the game differently because of that achievement. Classic WoW is a perfect mix between a sandbox and a theme park MMO because it doesn't have those. Adding achievements into the game changed the way people played the game. Do you remember back in Wrath of the Lich King and Cataclysm whenever everybody was trying to do stupid stuff in Battlegrounds in order to get the achievements? Oh my god, it was so annoying. I just don't want to have that. So, I like achievements, right? I used to be number 2 in the entire region for achievements. So, I was very, very serious about it. I had the top achievement points on my server by a mile for like 4 years. The only reason I lost it is because I quit. It was number 1? I don't remember, actually. Yeah, I don't remember it. Let's see here. Pre-made group finder like retail WoW. I do agree with this. I think that there should be a pre-made group finder. Now, I want to distinguish between 2 types of group finder, okay? You guys are not understanding. Let me explain. Whenever I'm talking about a group finder, what I mean by a group finder is I don't mean the dungeon finder or the raid finder. I mean the pre-made group thing that you can put a listing for your group.
Yep.
Based off of what you're doing. This should be in the game. Yep. This should not be in the game.
Yep.
And this should not be in the game. This is simply something that if Blizzard doesn't make it, people will make it in Discord or through an add-on. And it will probably be through an add-on. I don't think that you should need to use third-party tools in order to play a video game. The pre-made group finder is just simply an add onto the game, and it makes it easier for people to do things rather than spamming trade chat. Spamming trade chat adds no value to the game, and it just sucks. So that's what I mean whenever I'm talking about pre-made group finder. I am not talking about dungeon finder or raid finder. Rare spawn events on the world are actually difficult and rewarding. I think this is true, but this is the thing that I should worry about. Making things rewarding can change the way that people play the game, but having events out in the world, I think, will make the game feel more alive. Especially for zones that are not very popular, like Feralass. What the fuck do people do in Feralass? So I guess no, Dire Maul, people do things in Dire Maul. Desolus. Nobody gives a shit about Desolus. Let's see, where's a few Winter Spring? Well, there's a lot of stuff you do in Winter Spring, I would say. Maraudon? Yeah, Maraudon. Stone Talon Mountains. Yeah, who does anything in Stone Talon Mountains? The Blasted Lands. Nobody goes to the Blasted Lands. So, like, if you had, like, a Dark Portal event, where, like, a Demon Lord comes out of the Dark Portal, like a Pit Lord comes out of the Dark Portal, you have to kill him, and, maybe he drops something, like a new world boss. That would be kind of cool, right? I mean, like, maybe. And I think they should try it out. Ashara is another dead zone. Respawn inside of instance after a wipe. it is very hard for me to say that this is a bad thing. Having to run back to your body adds no value and no gameplay.
With the sanction of Lord Varamathras, the Deathstalkers' numbers grow. More blades to strike at our enemies when they least expect it.
It's very easy to talk about things that create a greater sense of like existence in a greater world, and there are other things that are just recursive and boring. And I think running back to your body, to like running back to the Molten Core entrance, is recursive and boring. It adds no value to the game, it's annoying, it's a waste of time, and it just makes things take longer. There's
All
no
those people are
genuine
lagging
value
me
to
out.
this. So, yes, I do think that you should respawn inside of the instance after you wipe. Pointless time waste, yes, exactly. It gives death a penalty. Death already has a penalty. It's called death. It's called you lose your elixirs. You lose your place in front of the boss. You don't kill the boss. Your gear is broken. What do you mean that it makes death have a penalty? That's enough of a penalty already. You lose your world buffs. That's massive. Would you say this also should apply to overworld deaths? No, overworld deaths are. I think that the way WoW is designed, you should not change anything about overworld deaths. If you die, you run back, you get your body. You're wrong on that. You can 100% play Classic with no elixirs, so no death penalty at all. No, I don't agree with the death penalty. I think death penalties make games less fun. Death penalties in general make games less fun for the majority of the player base. I understand that there are people that are like adrenaline junkies that like the idea of getting involved with like death penalties and being punished for dying, but like this is like a small niche community. The average player doesn't want to have to constantly be hyper-focused on worrying about being arbitrarily having like an hour of their time wasted because of some bullshit. This is like a micro community. Hardcore WoW is very popular on Twitch, and it's very popular on YouTube. But the amount of people playing it is extremely small. Because it's actually not a popular way to play the game in terms of people that want to play the game. You're thinking about this from the mindset of content. I'm thinking about this from the mindset of the average player. The average player doesn't want to have to worry about this stuff. It's not enjoyable. And if they did, then you wouldn't have seen raid groups fall apart in Old War because it's too punishing. And you wouldn't see only 2 hardcore.
Your skill has increased.
You'd see way more. But you're not. Because it's not something that the average player finds fun. So why do something that will just make the game less fun? Classic WoW was a great game because the developers and the designers of the game were, like, I think they're fucking geniuses. Like, and I think, honestly, it was an accident. Like, you ask Kevin Jordan,
I think so.
how did all
Yep,
these good things about
accident.
Classic happen?
They
They're
just
like,
threw
"Oh,
some
I don't know."
mobs in the world and
It just kind of worked out.
just worked out. Yep. Classes kind of
Yeah.
wrote themselves
And
and
so it wasn't about making the game hard. It wasn't about making it challenging and making death matter and these types of things.
Nope.
If anything, it was the
Fun.
opposite whenever
Yep.
Classic came out. Because Classic WoW was the next evolution of MMOs.
I like hardcore
from
because it
EverQuest.
forces me to
And
pay
EverQuest was
attention.
way more punishing.
And that's really
People
hard to
were
do
mad
with
because
WoW.
Classic WoW was
It makes
easy.
me focus and I like that.
So, John Stat's book also said it was mostly by accident. Yeah, there it is. I think that you have this group of gamers on Twitch and YouTube that are hyper-focused on creating environments where they can show themselves to be good at a video game.
Yeah.
This is an
I don't care about being
important
good. I just want to be here.
but it
That's
should
all.
not drive the game.
I'm gonna be
Like,
here.
having cool cosmetics is great. Things that you earn for clearing knacks is great. But if you constantly cater to players like that, you know what you get? I'll show you what you get, guys. This is what you get. You want to cater to people? that play the game and only want the game to be built around rewarding them. Oh, by the way, this guy is better than anybody here in chat. He's better than you will ever be. He is a god. If you make a game that caters to hyper-serious players, the only people that will play your game are hyper-serious players. The average person doesn't want to play a game that's built around punishing them for not paying attention for 3 seconds because they looked away. This is not good design. Just stop it. Stop trying, like, and it's also like, there are already games for that. There are competitive games out there that you can play right now.
Yeah, I just played the finals. It was great. Really great.
Trying to take a competitive mindset and put it into a casual game.
Yep.
Stop it. It's because
I don't know. It works for me, but I think I'm different.
You're not good enough to play with the big boys. You're not good enough to compete in Valorant. You're not good enough to play League. You're gold or you're bronze. And so you come into an MMO and you want to make sure that the MMO is like League, so you can feel good about beating people that are less serious than you are. You can be a big fish in a small pond. No, this is not what should happen. Just like people pivoted from hardcore to casual, and look what happened. They saw player retention. They did. So, nerfing repair costs, I disagree with this now. I don't think it should be repair costs. I think repair costs should be fun. Because repair costs drive farming, and farming drives the economy of the game. Improve threat awareness. This absolutely should happen. The idea that you don't know who has threat and you need an add-on to tell you who has threat is fucking ridiculous.
Yep.
This should not exist. There is no reason why it should exist. In retail WoW, this is what I think they should add. I'm going to log on again. They should take exactly what they have from retail WoW and put it into Classic because it is perfect. So basically in retail WoW, whenever you damage something, there is a little thing that's right here that will tell you how much threat you have on that thing. And so I'm going to throw one thing at him. See how it has 21% threat? 53%? And now I have aggro because I'm at 173%. Now, obviously, you know, I'm not able to do like any sort of like crazy stuff. I'm at 700%. So why am I at 700%? Well, that's because I have, what do you call it? It's because I've done that much damage, 1000%. So this gives me an indicator of where my threat is at all times. This is absolutely something that should exist. Higher ceiling for professions. I completely agree with this. I think they should make professions go to like 350 or 450. Something like that.
Yep.
Or maybe even 500. And then just collectively, whenever new content is added, make professions go even higher. The reason why is that being a blacksmith in Classic WoW should matter. There should be something, like getting 500 blacksmithing, theoretically, should be like almost impossible to do. And there should be other items that you can get that will increase your blacksmithing in the same way that like the skinning knife increases your skinning. And if you have all of those things, you should be able to craft things that require skills that are above even 500. The same way as you can skin certain things if you have that skinning knife. They have more premieres in 4 minutes on YouTube. Yeah, I'll watch that actually. It'll be nice if all jobs map. Actually, I'll just watch it after I finish this. I'm not gonna watch it right now.
Your skill has increased.
Yeah, like skilling is invested in the MMO. It's basically an entire game. Yes. I think that also, like, whenever I compare it, I think Newland does a great job with professions. What do you guys think about that? Like, especially the crafting professions. And I'd like to see more of them. Rebalancing ratios.
Your skill has increased.
I think they should rebalance ratios. It's just that some are better than others. That's all there is to it. They're just better. I think that, like, for example, like a dwarf priest just has a massive advantage over a human priest. That should not be, you should not be able to make a mistake like that. Remove them, so? Well, the reason why it's bad, here's why it's bad. And I'm talking about Classic WoW, or anything else. The reason why it's bad is because if you have something like that, nobody ever plays human priest. And also the people that do play Human Priest are viewed as idiots because they're actively putting themselves at a disadvantage.
Yeah, it's
Doing
horseshit.
anything in the game, you should not be able to make a mistake on character creation. Does that make sense? You should never be able to make a mistake on character creation. And I think a Human Priest is a mistake. That's just how it is. It's inferior in every single way. Spirit Rite, it doesn't outweigh Fear Ward. Fear Ward is just way better. More powerful day and night system and the weather. I would love to see a stronger day and night system as well. I think just, you know, again, like, you know, the Inky Black Potion in retail WoW, I just think it's really cool. And it's nice. I would even be okay if the monsters had higher attack speed and they gave maybe a little bit more experience at night, same as like in Black Desert. I think it's really cool. New hard dungeons like a TS fight and Strat, again, they should add that, but again, it should be no loot. There should be rewards that you can get because there are certain, like, I don't know, I think Atiyesh and 5 Priests of Kar are probably the two best examples. You can probably come up with other ones, but those are my most, you know, the ones that I would bring up the most, right? New hard dungeons, right? No combat add-ons. Okay, I'm gonna circle this, and then I'm going to circle the circle. Add-ons have been a parasite onto WoW. They have been damaging to the game in a tremendous way.
No way.
I wish that there were no add-ons in the game at all.
Wow.
0 add-ons. Even bag add-ons, because every add-on that you don't have is something that Blizzard can put into the game, and there's more of an urgency to do so. Let's look at Final Fantasy, for example. Final Fantasy, for almost 10 years, didn't have chat bubbles. And it probably will be 10 years by the time they get them. But after the add-on fiasco last year, Preach asked Yoshi P about chat bubbles at the recent Fan Fest, and now they're doing them. Because before, it wasn't a problem because players downloaded add-ons for that functionality. And now that add-ons are being more tightly regulated, Square Enix is making the game better on their own. So there you go. That's why add-ons are bad. Faster battle resos. I don't remember like what this was in context. This was like 2 years ago. I don't really see this being mandatory. I don't know why this would matter. Yeah, I just crossed this one out. I don't know why I said that. More flight paths. I think adding a couple of extra flight paths would be okay. Yeah, I would actually be totally fine with that. And I'm not talking about like adding 700 flight paths. I'm talking about adding 3. Give hunters focus. Hunters play better with focus. Hunters shouldn't use mana, but I don't think this is important. It's not important. Consumable revamp, probably like TVC. I'm going to disagree with this. Yeah, I don't think we need this anymore. I think having all the consumables and having everything in the game that you can use makes the game bigger. Because if you can use I always mess this up. Riproot Tuber, there's a reason for you to go to Felwood. If you can use Stone Shield Potion, there's a reason to go to Ashara. There's a reason to go to all of these places because they give unique rewards. Like the Badlands food buffs. So yes, abso-fucking-lutely. Yeah, the roids from Blastland. Yep, there it is. Instant mail. This is something very small, but they should obviously make mail instant. There's no
Yep, and infinite auctions. Yep. Anytime you limit the auctions, it pisses me off.
Remove spell bashing completely. This already happened, and I was right. Other massive quest lines like HP Gate Event Quest. The greatest quest ever made in the history of World of Warcraft is the Scepter of the Shifting Sands quest line. Nothing else has even come close. However, Blizzard did make a very good effort in Cataclysm because the Dragon Wrath and Banks and Father quest lines are some of the best quest lines they've ever added as well. And also the Death Knight getting your mount quest line in Legion was incredibly good. However, Greenfire Warlock quest, yes, there's another one. They need more big quest lines like the AQ Gate event, jumping puzzles. This kind of goes back with this. Having an armory where you can look people up, I think, is a good thing. It's just easier and more convenient. New zones, voice acting for more quests. I think this is definitely true. Forced max of 55-45 in PvP servers. I do think you kind of need this. In terms of like having certain servers that are PvP servers be forced balance. I disagree with all the world buffs that became meta to farm in Classic. I know it was vanilla. I used to farm it myself for Nax, but how people play today is instant meta for all content if it's in the game. You're right. World buffs do not come without a cost. World buffs do absolutely create a meta, and I don't think that that meta is good for the game. But I think that what world buffs add to the game is a greater value than what they take away. I think it's an overall positive, even though it does bring a negative. Remove dire maul buffs. No armor because trying to check other people's gear and raids before to create meetings in cities and hubs, which creates connection. This guy actually brings up a really good point, and I might actually change my opinion on this. Look at what he says. He says no armory because trying to check people's gear before raids, etc. creates meetings in cities and hubs, which creates connection and interaction. I actually think you're right. I do. I actually think you're right. This is a great point. You're right. They should not have an armory. Yeah, you're actually right.
Nah, not having the army sucks, Dick. I don't like the gear exclusive.
You have that. It's called the inspect button. Increase inspect range. Yeah, they should do that. No way to verify experience. No way to verify experience.
Yeah, this is where I should be. The leather pays off so much.
You also have
They just kill for me.
And you have gear. If somebody has Onslaught Girdle, they've killed Ragnaros. If somebody has Girdle of the Mentor, they've killed Resuvius. If you can 100% verify experience, the new players will never get invited to raids. Yeah. And also, the reason why new players don't get invited to raids in a lot of games is because the raids are too hard. Like, Lost Ark has this problem because the raids are so punishing. Easier games don't have this problem because it's more important to just bring somebody that has a pulse. And that's why Classic WoW is superior. What you're talking about, I love how in retail, if I join an expansion late, it's impossible to join Mythic Plus after 2 weeks because my IO is too low. Yeah. And that's because Mythic Plus is punishing. If Mythic Plus didn't punish you as much as it did, players would be more accepting to new people. But because Mythic Plus punishes you so heavily, players don't want to take chances.
Mythic was such a terrible scene, I wouldn't do it.
Titles are fine.
I was good at it, wouldn't do it.
Remove Boon, bring back Warchief Blessing Horde Online. No, I think that all world buffs, should be unique consumables that go into your bag. Like, you should have to get, like, some item, like a world, like a Chrono Boon 2.0. World buffs are a huge advantage, and if you don't want to have them in your bags, then don't put them in your bags. You rebuff when you die. Yeah, you can do that with Chrono Boon, too. It's a great idea. You don't have time to play in a row, but you can get them the day before. Yeah. Too much bag space makes it weird. It has to be a nice balance. Well, no, because then you can just use them. If you feel like you're wasting too much bag. Does anybody actually have an argument against this? Or does it make sense? Make it like a key ring type shit? Yeah, sure. No threat of kill, dispel, trivializes holding on top buffs. Current edition is Chromie, at least acceptable, lets players do other things while they wait for raid. I don't think that you should have to worry about getting killed or dispelled. I don't think that you should be able to dispel world buffs. Kevin Jordan, one of the actual designers of Classic WoW, said that it was never intended for some world buffs to be dispelled. So this was an unintended interaction, and I don't think that it made the game better. World buff dispelling was a cringe meta for losers. And Blizzard made Classic WoW worse by letting it happen. They should have changed it. Like, they should have changed that in beta. It was stupid. Maddie got dispelled? I never got dispelled. I stopped raiding. And then I just got summoned directly to a boss. I think I got dispelled maybe once. I've been killed like maybe twice. But that's also being on a PvP server. If they can't be dispelled, doesn't that make the meta for PvP then? For world PvP, yeah. But if you die with a buff up, you still lose the buff. Like, all I'm saying is that players that have characters that are dead next to a song flow, in order to res instantly, get killed instantly, and inside of that fraction of a second, dispel one person's songflower or two people's songflower. This is not something that is good for the game. Just deactivate world buffs and any instance content, dumb to balance around it. Well, they shouldn't deactivate world buffs, because world buffs make the instances, they make the raids more fun. Because you can just blow up the boss. It's really cool. And if you spend a lot of time and effort into getting them all, you can make the raid easier. World raid versus raid PvP at Portals is incentivized if there's something to take. Chrono Boon obviously changed this, but it would also like some way for players to interact with buffs in World PvP. No, I don't. Why would you want that? Because like, so this is something that sounds like a good idea in a completely, like, I'll read your comment here. Reverse raid portals incentivize or something to take. Okay. So this only works if there is an equal playing field. And in almost every single PvP server, we've seen this happen in retail WoW, and we've seen it happen in Classic, and we're seeing it happen in Hardcore. In Hardcore WoW, Skull Rock is the Horde server, and the other one is the Defias Pillager is the Alliance server. Players self-segregate. And so all you do is you hurt people. This is again what I was saying, is you're hurting players. You should never be able to make a mistake on character creation. Wrong, it's all Alliance. Oh, is it all Alliance? I thought there were some on Skull Rock that were Horde. I don't think that you, because like, I mean, yeah, if there's like 100 people with you and you're a raid team of 40, you're just gonna die. Like, it's not, that sucks. First top 45 might help with this. Raising the world buffs immensely informed gameplay on Farolina, which remained balanced for most of the server. You think Farolina was balanced? I remember whenever I transferred off in BC, I /Hewed and there were only 2 players that were level 70. Yeah, I think Robulus was, no, TBC. Yeah, I mean, that was TBC, but I mean, like, things were going that way in Classic already. Like, can we look and see? So here we go. When did Wrath come out? I'm sorry, when did TBC come out? TBC came out, like, right about, I think it was, like, July 1st or something like that. Yeah, was it June? So you look at June, right? Alliance and Horde. So the Horde has 1,000 more raiders. Now, 1,000 more might not seem like a lot. This might not seem like a lot, right? But 4,000 versus 3,000, that means for every 3 people you have, they have 4 people. Every raid they do is a 40-man raid, and you can only bring 30 people. You're gonna lose. Like, this is a huge, massive fucking advantage. This is an insurmountable advantage, given even slightly parity in scope. Basically, no world gameplay came TBC, evidenced by initial world boss spawns in TBC. Are you caring about TBC data compared to Classic and all here? Oh, yeah, I'll look at Classic then. Alliance was ahead, Alliance was behind. I guess, like, so, when did Alliance, like, really start dying on Farolina? Alliance started dying on in TBC. All I'm saying is that I think that if you're playing on a server that's PvP, I don't think that this is also like another kind of like general meta opinion.
You've been examined.
Is that I don't think that you should enable gameplay that is built off of making somebody else's gameplay worse. So that's like world buff dispelling, like other forms of griefing, etc. Like just on a fundamental level, you should not try to design gameplay that is built to be parasitic. So if the only reason for making players have to have world buffs on is so you can kill them and then make them mad, I don't think that's a very good argument. And also, like, that's one piece of the puzzle. There's also another very large piece of the puzzle that some people just don't want to have to worry about dealing with having all these world buffs and using Chrono Boon and having to deal with all of it. It just takes an entire process and issue, and it completely simplifies it in a way that just makes the game easier to understand and better to play. Just wants retail again for Classic Plus. Do you really think you can improve Classic? Is your premise that you're guessing? You think this is me wanting retail WoW? Many players operate on Schadenfreude? So, this is like actually a very main point. I'm going to bring this up again. Many players operate on Schadenfreude. Those players are bad for the game. And if you build a game that enables and empowers people like that, the only thing that's going to happen to your player base is that it's going to shrink. Because people don't like being around that. You should not enable people that are actively hostile and looking to grief and make other people unhappy. There should be lose conditions. Why not? Because it causes other people to quit the game. You used to be that guy. That's how I know. That's my whole point. I'm speaking from experience. I made the game less fun for a lot of people. They should rework everything about Classic, make it similar to retail so that we can enjoy the old story. I don't think they should make it similar to retail. What about a single mega server? In my opinion, servers are the only purpose servers serve is a technical limitation. Whenever you're playing the
your skill has increased.
You should theoretically be on the same World of Warcraft as everybody else. In a perfect world, there would be no servers. Servers are
gonna go piss while this charms up.
You think servers are good? I disagree.
I'm in the middle of a dungeon, yeah, I kind of am.
I think servers create more negatives than positives. Would you prefer classic style talent tree or retail? I'm okay with both of them. I think the retail talent tree right now is great, and I think the classic talent trees are great. Obviously, I think they should stick with the classic ones because it's classic WoW. But other than that, yeah, that's about it. You can't overcome that technical limitation yet? Yeah. Just a sec. One server is bad, you live on planet Earth, and having different ping on server location is based. Yeah, I think that's there's clearly like there's some level of restriction they have to have, like for example language barriers and ping barriers. But in a general sense, I think everybody on North America should play on the same server, if ping allows it. Like there of course have to be some regional, like realistic expectations, but this should be the goal. I think instead of servers, they should have instances. This way, the guilds are all on the same server, playing on the same field. Only servers should be NA, EU. I don't know. Maybe more socializing features? Yeah, like guild halls, something like that. That'd be really cool. But anyway, this is the kind of stuff I'd like to see in Classic WoW. You know, after, like, this is a 2023 version. Oops, that's not a 3. It's a lightning bolt. No, that's not a 3 either. It's too high. There we go. 2023. No reforging? Nope, no reforging. Just get different gear. This is what I think they should add, and this is what I think would be a good thing for Classic WoW. I think also if Blizzard said, you know what, we're only gonna do this, or we're only gonna do this, or we're only gonna do this, I would be okay with it. I think that Blizzard should approach Classic Plus as conservatively as possible. Because once something is in the game, it can never really be taken out of the game. It's a lot harder to take something out of the game than put it in the game. So they should be incredibly conservative, like, you know, 75% polling, then maybe they consider it, and that's it. So these changes, I think, will just, you know, kind of enhance gameplay and make it better, but the core aesthetic of Classic should not change. Add pet battles to Classic? I actually wouldn't care if they added pet battles to Classic.
I would love that. Please.
It's a completely separate minigame that has...
Yep, has nothing to do with the game. Why is it there?
Pet battles are fine. People are drawing a line in the sand for no reason. Yeah, I think that's what people are doing. People are saying... Because pet battles are one of those things that, like... Everybody is like, oh, that's like retail WoW. Oh, like
I love pet battles, though. It's like the best thing about WoW.
There's not actually any thinking that goes into it. It's just people that are making it up. Slippery slope? No, it's not a slippery slope. It's
not.
Sense.
Yep. So, what else? Here's why I logged on to WoW today. By Asmodee.
This is what we'll do. I will make a character, but I will not play it. And I'm going to explain why. We're going to make obviously a Warlock because it's the best class.
Come on. Noobs pick locks.
If Classic Plus is announced at BlizzCon, I will play this character. If Classic Plus isn't announced, then their entire community will riot and leave. I agree. Yo, McConnell's in chat. Wanna play? So here's the plan. Here's the plan, McConnell. I'm putting it on Blizzard's table. I will level a character if Classic Plus gets announced. If you want to get in Discord and react to the BlizzCon whenever it happens, let me know on Friday and Saturday. I will be ready. Yes, it's up to Blizzard. Blizzard gets to decide whether I play this character or not. If they announce that they will continue development on Classic WoW to make it more than what it is, they don't have to necessarily call it Classic Plus, but something in that direction. I will do it. I think that is very fair. Start collecting gold and delete it all with no classic form. Good idea. I swear.
Oops.
It's a good idea. I swear to God, if they make me sign another one of those fucking social contracts.
I wonder if you can play retail and classic.
This is my main character, right? And let me see how many people are still playing on this server. Oh, I logged out in Old War. Yeah, that's about right. And now I'm dead in Dalaran. Okay, I'm just gonna log in here. Okay. So this is my character. As you can see, obviously, you know, I have very good gear for last year. Where is everybody? Guys, where's where are we?
Empty.
Where's the add-ons?
Fucking empty. There's no add-ons. What?
How do I turn on add-ons? Where's the add-ons button?
Wow, there's no add-ons button. They would. What? Wow.
Where's the add-on button?
Wow, they got rid of add-ons for WoW.
Wait, I don't have any add-ons. Oh my god. I don't have any add-ons because the last time I played this game was on my old computer. I've literally never logged on to Wrath. Oh my god. Okay, so here's Loy. Wait, what happened to our guild? Wait, didn't we have a guild? Wait, what? Where'd my guild go?
The hell?
So where's everybody else? Oh, who's this guy? He says run away. Wait, why? Wait, when did I get this? Wait, when the fuck did I get this mount? Transfer? TBC? No, but that was on my other character. No, I know I yoinked it on one character. So everybody is just like, it's account wide? Oh, wow, okay. So this is a dead server that nobody plays on now, right? Oh, this guy's level 64, 74, he doesn't even know. Who? 80. Oh my god. Why does this server even exist? So I have to pay Blizzard $25 because my server is dead? No, it's free. Would I want to transfer this character or my original warrior? Because my original warrior has all my like old stuff on it. But this guy's already level 80. OG? Yeah, but I had to change the name, so it's like not really even OG anymore. That's the thing. Jesus, this is depressing. Everybody here is just logging on because I'm on.
Wow.
The only thing on the auction house is a frozen orb.
What? Oh my god, it is a dead server.
Oh my god.
I wonder if I could go there. No.
I'm gonna buy it.
He bought it. Wow.
There's nothing on the auction house, gentlemen.
Wow. Dead
Nothing.
server.
It is a literal dead server.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is actually fucking sad. How did they let this happen? Bro, I cleaned out the entire auction house. Do you remember whenever I got this shield? I was so happy. Oh my god. This is actually...
This is why I didn't play Classic. I knew it was going to die like this.
This is so fucking depressing.
Hardcore, however, I think is probably fine. Probably do fine for a year or two.
Check my mailbox? Okay. Oh, I won an auction for Frozen Orb. The Lich King won. Yeah, the Lich King beat us. I can't believe it. And I have 2 characters, too. Like...
Storage Forge PCs.
This is my character from Original Classic, right? And I look at this server. Holy shit, look at this server. Everybody's fucking here. Oh my god. This guy's got the Kingslayer title. He's a real G.
I've got that.
Oh my god.
When it was current.
This is incredible. Is Dalaran the same thing? Because, like, this character, dude, look how old this character is. This character is from, like, at the beginning of Wrath. Or beginning of TBC, I mean. I'm still using Stylines. Oh my god. Dreadnought Pauldrons. I'm still using level 60. Oh, there's what the fuck? Oh, never mind. Okay, well, whatever. Ah, no Shadowmourne. Well, you know, it is what it is, right? And no Shadowmourne. It's too bad, huh? Oh, he's got 25 shards. So McConnell's gonna make Shadowmourne really soon. Holy shit. Wow. Oh, I remember this bell. Death's Verdict, and he has 30 A-bomb? McConnell's gear is actually really good. What the fuck? Jesus. Check my titles. Oh shit, Foxslayer has a Soul of Iron title. Oh my god, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that was a thing. Winners win? Yeah.
Well, they really love him.
Donate. Oh, no, you can do more than that. I'm not gonna just take 1,000 gold, okay? Oh my god.
AKA Foxslayer.
Death's Verdict? Holy shit. Survivor of the Shadow Flame. Defeat Nefarian without ever dying during the Season of Mastery. Oh shit, wait, he has a title? Survivor of the Fire Lord. What the fuck? That's insane. 15,000 gold. McConnell gave me this mount, by the way.
A classic?
McConnell
Jesus.
wants me to take this gold.
They're all gambling or buying it or something, boosting it. He's taking the 15 grand. Take his gold. He's thinking about it. He's like, no. No, you can't have it.
Twin Fury from chat. Oh, this is the guy I talked shit about the other day. This was the guy that was wrong. Remember that? It was the guy who thought that Razorgore parry hasted and killed Melderon? Or Def Camp, I mean? Yeah, I remember him. And now he's trying to show off with his Nax 25 gear. He says I was wrong. Yeah, we know. Oh my god. Bro, the server is fucking huge. What's happening? Chill out. Yo, what's this fucking shit? I guess like so. Look at what? Look at Grayson. Where is he? Wait, is this Grayson? Guys. Oh, this is from KT. Death's Verdict? He has heroic Deathbringer's Will? Holy shit. This is that pet from yesterday. It's not Grayson, is it not? Yeah, I don't know. No 4-piece? Yeah, well, they can't all be winners, right? Holy shit, man. All gear is GDKP bought. So, like, at this point, everybody that plays the game just plays it by spending real money, right?
Yeah.
Like, nobody's actually trying to play the game normally?
No. I'm trying to play like that.
Yes. Let's see what people say in trade chat. Oh, this is ICC 25, man. This doesn't say GDKP. This doesn't say GDKP, I don't think either. Oh, this is a GDKP. That's another GDKP. This is a normal roll. Oh, so people actually do normal rolls for gear. This guy's trying to make a twink loot for Sunwell Plateau? What the fuck? A level 70 twink people in GDKP can't even clear 10 to 12 bosses?
Oh.
So we prefer to do it in the guild run. Huh. People use Discord? Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, I wonder how is there the ICC 30 buff now or not? Why not? So the game's not fun yet. Yeah, it's too hard. Is ICC too hard? It's still on. Yeah, they should just put the 30% buff in the game tomorrow. It's very fun. It's fun. It's easy. You ain't carrying Sarfang Heroic with pugs? That's 100%. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, I guess I could maybe play WoW again if the BlizzCon stuff seems promising. I mean, why not? Oh, bro, this guy's got the horse. This is the horse I always wanted. I never got it, though. Oh, fuck, man. If I could get that horse, I would be so happy.
The Marshal's mount.
Everyone has it? Well, I don't. I'll help you get horse? Oh, shit. There's a lot of people. Wow. You're not even 80? Yeah, I know. TFGC Immortal is sold, too? Really? How much? How much money? Like, real-life money? Because obviously people don't buy things with gold. How much is it? $350? Oh, that's not too bad. You just buy gold. Hardcore WoW is more people in Stormwind for sure. I mean, maybe, I don't know. Like, Thick Biscuit. Wait, I know Thick Biscuit. Holy shit.
What do you require?
Oh my god. There's a lot of people here, wow. There's only one server? Yeah. Why did the game look so empty? I think this is empty? But there's a lot of people here. What the hell do you mean? Yeah, if you guys want to give gold, give it to McConnell.
What now? Victory
So
for
I guess what I
Silvox.
would have to do, like maybe I guess I can maybe come back and play if BlizzCon seems promising and good. It would be nice to maybe do ICC once. I don't know. I think I'm probably just going to, like, realistically, as much as it would be kind of cool to have my Thunder Fury, I think I would probably just transfer my character over. So like I can transfer from Sky Fury to this server, right? Even though it's full?
With the sanction of Lord
free,
Varamathras, the
okay.
Deathstalkers' numbers grow. More blades to strike at our enemies when they least expect it.
I wonder what I would make that character name though. Yeah, since I already have characters on the server, okay.
Rest your weary bones for a spell.
So that's what I would really need to do. And then I feel like what I should do then is ICC 10-man hard.
Rest
Like,
your
could I
weary
do-
bones for a spell.
There's like no way I could do ICC 10-man as like a tank, right? Because I have Oldwar here. I feel like I probably couldn't do it. I would just die.
Embrace the
As a
shadow.
tank, you can do it.
I can train you in first
On
aid
normal?
techniques.
Yeah, it's also only
Watch
2
your
control
back.
here.
What do you require?
Yeah, I don't know. You boost your character in literally 1 gay. McConnell says on Jesus Christ's body we can do it. Just do a TOGC run? Yeah, but that has to hand all the gear, and that would be like a lot of work. I guess like so what I could maybe do is I could get everybody to trade me all the gear. Actually, I could, no, I have Master Loot. Yeah, I forgot, there's Master Loot in here. So I could do...
I haven't got
It's
all
not as much work
day.
as you think, yeah. Not now, not now, not now. I don't want to take anything because like I don't know if I'm gonna play.
Dark Lady, watch over
That's why.
you.
That's the only reason why. 5 BOEs. Yeah, I wonder how much stuff is on the auction house. Open your bags. Those are my bags. This is like all like Burning Crusade stuff.
Well, they sell for a lot.
Oh, these are like only 25 gold? What the fuck? But these are way more. Arcana Tramplers. Aren't those from Malagos? 25 man?
Yep.
Armor, how about plate?
He knows his
Oh, these
stuff.
Are, oh, I thought those were way better. Oh, this is one of the new ones. This is from ICC. Armbands of the Contract is from Alldayerrydaybaby. Belt of the Titans is also from Alldayerrydaybaby. This is from like this is the new one. It's like 6,000 gold to buy this. Oh my god. So I can buy BOEs.
I'm gonna go to
I
the
bet
restroom. Up.
ICC
I'm gonna go to the restroom.
25
I'll be right
is
back.
probably pretty hard though, right? Because that's the one that, like, that's what I'd want to do, right? I'd want to do ICC 25, man. And also, like, Let's address the elephant in the room. Warriors suck. Paladins are better tanks in every way. Go DPS? In DPS you own? Fury is amazing? I don't know, man. Fury DPS is even worse without gear. Fury Warrior is insane right now. Fury's really good. You'll get everything good in the game. I will. I'll beg for everything. Get Shadowmourne? Yeah, I would have to get that. It's correctly to obtain how somebody gets the mount that you have in retail. Brewfest Ram. You get it from 600 tokens. Foxlair. You had to buy it for 600 tokens on the first day it came out, or first year it came out. Did you actually think that you could... He says, fuck, I owe you 1K. No, it's okay. Yeah, you actually think I didn't know something about this game?
Your skill has increased.
Kill plague bosses in ICC, you get Shadow's Edge? Yeah, I know. You have to kill Rotface and Festriga. Yeah, I guess that's what I have to do. I would have to, like... I would have to play Fury. I helped you with your video 10 years ago? Yeah, I know. I remember McConnell. Yeah, no, I'll beg for gold. I'll make sure that we both have enough gold. Battered Hill that gives you a decent weapon? Yeah, I know. Show chat? There's no reason to. I don't know, man. I'm gonna think about it. I will. I will actually think about it. Was it the 9 characters on Farolina? I don't remember. You take 2 Battered Hill to have insane weapons off the bat. I thought you could only have 1 Battered Hill, because you can only do the quest line 1 time. You can't do it twice? Yeah, bro. Like, what are you mentoring me for?
Okay, sorry about that.
No, tank, do Pally. If I don't play Warrior, go DPS. What's up, BlizzCon be a W? Yeah, I mean, like, playing Wrath is, like, pretty easy, though, right? Because all I would really need to do is just do the raids and then I'm done, aren't I? Like, yeah, it's pretty simple. Yes, Gamma dungeons? Oh, yeah, they added new dungeons or something like that. I heard about that. Are the new dungeons actually challenging or not really? No? Yeah, I didn't think so. No, it's just a step up. Okay, yeah, because I remember I did like the scaled up dungeons before, and everybody was like, "Oh, they're gonna be so hard." Yeah, I don't really think so. Yeah. The less forgiving whenever we fuck up. It'll be challenging at your gear level. Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, so I think that what I will do is that when does the retail WoW season end?
No, wait.
It ends on the 7th. In 2 weeks. This Monday. Or so there's like no way I could get the Bro, I thought you couldn't say that. Bro, this guy just straight up says the N-word with the hard R. I thought, bro, I thought they blocked it. No. How do they, like, why do they let you type it? Why do they do this? Like, I don't understand. Like, why do they just let you type the N-word? Because, like, there's never a time that it's okay in Blizzard, right? Like, from Blizzard Dies, it's never okay to say the N-word, right? So why can you type it? I don't understand. It's an oversight? Jesus. There's swastikas on the Gurabashi walls. Well, guys, now we know we're really playing classic WoW. Jesus Christ.
Bye.
Hello, guys and gals.
Thank you, Asnagol, for the excellent content from your stream. I've liked to sub to your channel. Thank you, some ordinary gamers, for the excellent content from your stream. I've liked and sub to your channel.
Gals, me Mudahar, and today we're going to be looking at TeamU again. You might remember a couple months. Today we're going to be looking at TeamU again. You might remember a couple months ago I made a video in regards to TeamU where I said I don't trust them. And let's just say today, I trust them even less than that, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, TeamU is probably one of YouTube's largest sponsors at this moment in time. And it's basically run by everybody. You know, you'll find it from channels as large as Linus Tech Tips with You Wanted a TeamU Gaming Setup, all the way down to things like, you know, I guess, testing the most viral items on TeamU, or I bought an entire gaming setup off TeamU. People will do these haul videos, kind of like Wish.com, Amazon hauls, so on and so forth. They'll buy a bunch of cheap crap for $100 and then make like a couple thousands off of the videos that they make. Now, I'm not dogging on the creators for taking sponsorships from TeamU. I get it. Inflation sucks. You got to get a bag somehow. But for me, we've had offers come out from third-party agencies telling us, hey, we've got TeamU sponsorships. And I don't know if these guys watch my channel, but if you just did one check, you have to understand I don't like TeamU. Much like I don't like predatory video games in the mobile marketplace. There are literally sponsorships that we will not take on this channel because it can get into some pretty ethically damning territory. So I'm going to say it for the record, I'm going to say it for the millionth time. TeamU, Shein, any other dog shit e-commerce website, you can offer us $100,000. Hell, you can offer us $1 million, okay? We will not take your sponsorship because my channel has a pretty strong emphasis on keeping your privacy, cybersecurity, and keeping yourself safe on the internet. I don't trust TeamU whatsoever. I don't trust that they will keep you safe.
Nope.
And I actually personally believe that they are involved in some shady stuff, okay? That's just my personal belief, all right? I'm not making these claims. Obviously, that's for the courts to decide, and we'll just leave it at that. Now, if you go to TeamU's website, you'll find out, whoa, they got a Black Friday pre-sale. Shit is starting from 79 cents Canadian, okay? To give you an idea, they literally just send crap, plastic dog shit, fake products all the time, okay? Literally some of the lowest quality slop is being sold right now. You want to buy Christmas slop for $1.49 starting? There you go. You want to buy some electronics? You think you're going to buy that projector for 79 cents? No, you're not. If you go to their gaming section, you'll find out they'll say you like chess sets, cards. If you get lucky, you'll find this $17 2.4-inch retro video game console. What? So if you go to this entire console, you'll see like people are playing like pirated ROMs of Super Mario Brothers. You might be like, but Muda, why is Nintendo stopping them? Dog, they're not even stopping the fake ROMs being sold on the Amazon storefront. You think they give a shit about Temu? You think they have any right there? Hell no. This is a battle for Nintendo legal to fight, and I don't think they're going to do it. I love how they straight up say sustainability at Temu. I want to read this dog shit. Temu's trade planning commitment. As part of our ongoing commitment to environmental sustainability. Oh, that's so cute, by the way. Because Temu, while they care about environmental sustainability, currently Temu is actually being investigated by the U.S. government for basically involving themselves in slave labor. Who are they involving themselves with slave labor? Well, the ongoing Uyghur situation in China. For those of you who don't know, there is a situation involving concentration camps and, in a way, systemic genocide against an entire group of people within the residents of China happening
it's not
right
funny.
Before our eyes.
That stuff's
I'm not
not
going to
funny.
get too far into it, but to give you an idea, the government of the United States is investigating, and they are looking at that Temu is responsible for millions of shipments that are sent to the U.S. each year through a network of tens of thousands of sellers on its online marketplace. So both Temu and, of course, Shein, who are their competitors in this fast fashion e-commerce space, rely heavily on de minimis exception to ship packages directly to U.S. consumers. So again, they are likely responsible for more than 30% of all packages shipped to the United States daily, and likely nearly half of all shipments to the U.S. originate from China. Temu's business model is to avoid bearing responsibility for compliance with the UFLPA and other prohibitions on forced labor, while relying on tens of thousands of Chinese suppliers to ship goods directly to U.S. consumers. So in one of their key findings from the report, it actually says that Temu admits that it does not expressly prohibit third-party sellers from selling products based on their origin in the Xinjiang Autonomous Region, where the Uyghur genocide is happening. So in response to our inquiry, Temu acknowledged that it does not have a policy in place to prohibit the sales of goods from Xinjiang, the location of the CCP's ongoing genocide. This is particularly concerning in light of Temu's lack of their UFLPA compliance mechanisms. In fact, after we launched our investigation, we found that Temu's marketplace featured the product in the below screenshot, obtained on May 31st, 2023. So this is the product right over here, which is apparently new handmade knitted cotton pendant with Xinjiang cotton, okay? So they straight up mentioned it by name here. So again, that cotton in specific, the U.S. is claiming is intrinsically linked to forced labor. And import of such cotton into the U.S. is functionally prohibited under U.S. law. So right now, the United States government is really cracking down on a company that is so willing to use such blatant slave labor, allegedly. So now, going back to their sustainability crap, I really don't care if they're planting some trees. If it turns out they're using forced human labor, then yeah, I don't really care if you plant an entire goddamn Amazonian rainforest. This is still goddamn unethical. And I know there's people who are going to say, isn't a ton of products made with forced labor anyways? Yes, it's true. Ethical consumption can be a problem, but when it's this blatantly disregarded, then is it really worth buying some crappy plastic knickknack over on Temu or really any service like this that has such a... I mean, if you don't need to buy it, then you don't need to support it. But honestly, your money, you spend it. I'm not going to put my beliefs on you. But again, you know, to be honest with you, these companies are so big at this point. If you actually look into the parent company of PDD Holding, which is the actual company that owns Temu at this moment in time, they are growing so rapidly that even their founder has went from like $14 billion, like Colin Huang, to like $37 billion pretty much over the course of Temu's rise. Like, this is one of the richest dudes in China. Actually, from what I understand, he's beaten out like Jackie Ma, who's like probably one of the most iconic rich guys, almost known as the Jeff Bezos from China. This e-commerce platform that they have, Temu, PDD Holding, Pinduoduo, which is of course the parent of Temu, is so wildly successful despite being such a loss leader that the people who are in this situation that are running it have just blown up their fortunes to no end. And obviously where I'm getting at is these fortunes are so high that I think no matter what, at some point, despite as morally fucked as their company is, they're just going to get away with it because they can obviously hand whatever donations they have. They can pretty much bribe whoever they want. When you're this rich, you can effectively get away with straight up murder, as sad as it sounds. To give you an idea of some of the wildest ads that I've ever seen in Temu, because one of these ones very recently that showed up was when they started selling a Nintendo Switch, I shit you not, for $7. Now could you technically buy a Nintendo Switch off Temu for $7? Maybe at one point, very, very briefly. But obviously you can see that they're charging $350 just to attract people to go to their store in the first place. They price these things down to $7. Now throughout every sponsorship for Temu, one of the things that you'll find out is obviously they want you to go to their website or they want you to download their iOS or Android app. And this is where things get really, 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 really shady. So very recently, Temu just had a lawsuit that kicked in very recently where they have been alleged to actually be spying on you through their website www.temu.com. So right here you can see that one of the plaintiffs, Eric, has filed a class action complaint against defendant Whaleco Incorporated, which is doing business as Temu. And basically they said that Temu and their in-app website browser, so temu.com, they have said that it fails to secure consumers' personal data, their name, address, email address, phone number, financial information, biometrics data like your fingerprints or Face ID, and enabling hackers to steal personal and financial data from defendants. And the breaches were caused and enabled by defendants' knowing violation of its obligation to abide by best practices and industry standards. So how did they actually get into it? So of course, this class action actually goes after them for apparently wiretapping their website, www.temu.com. So if you actually look into how they claim it's been hacked, it gets pretty wild. So in here, they say Temu contains spyware and actively collects user information. Through its marketing and advertisement, defendant does not disclose or actively hide the existence of spyware on Temu users on its browsers and cell phones. So here they've actually said that Temu uses dynamic compilation using runtime.exec, which calls for package compile. This built-in allows for unbounded use of exploitative methods. And they also reference a company known as Grizzly Research, which is a market research company, short seller as well, that actually looked into it with their own analysis and saw that Temu utilizes calls to outside device data and functions that are inappropriate or dangerous. Now, I could sit here and crap on Temu for easy views, but at the end of the day, trying to be as objective and fair and balanced as I can is important to me. And this is where this is a red flag in the analysis and actually this lawsuit as well. Look, Temu is bad, and we'll get into it towards the later half, but to look at this analysis, this dynamic compilation using runtime exec isn't necessarily the red flag or the big smoking gun even. So to give you an idea, the runtime exec, this will force ahead of time compilation on the current bytecode of that application, Temu in this case. And from what I understand, Android will do this. Again, this is an Android thing. It'll be done on an as-needed basis. Now again, it could be questionable why Temu, this global e-commerce shopping app, is using this command anyways. Maybe it's something to do with performance or something, but painting this as dangerous because you've read the word compile, and I guess you are talking that a new program is created by the app itself. Compiling is the process of creating a computer executable from a human readable code. Yes, the definition of compiling is true, but that function that they're calling isn't necessarily something that's going to compile a brand new, I guess you could say, spyware version of the app as you launch the Google Play version of the app that you've downloaded from the digital storefronts, or I don't know, maybe even the iOS version. And again, a further disclaimer is I am not an Android developer, but again, looking further into this runtime executable right here, this command, one of the closest things that I personally found was the discussion of utilizing this for potential code injection, right? So, for instance, you may also be able to invoke runtime, get runtime exec to execute native code, disable the Java Security Manager, call set accessible true, and then take over the process, exploit vulnerabilities, or use any of the other methods. Again, can I confirm necessarily if this is being used in TeamU in a very dirty manner? No, but I think Google may have picked up on this, or maybe iOS, depending on which platforms this is on, because this really does seem like a very, very bad Pandora's box for almost any application out there. So again, I think further analysis should be needed. I think this is, the way that it's being painted, at least to me, seems a lot more suspicious than it's being let on, okay? One of the allegations here is TeamU uses get window, get decor view, and get root view, which makes screenshots and stores screenshots as the user uses their smartphone, including the activities of the users on other programs that are not even TeamU, which is actually the definition of fucking spying.
Spying, yeah.
And that's if it was true, because the more and more I look into it, the sadder it ends up becoming. TeamU uses that specific command, and it can only, from what I understand, capture its own window. How is it supposed to capture other windows on your smartphone? If it's spying on itself, that's still weird. But again, why are they painting it like it can spy on other applications too? It's just weirdly done. And then, of course, when it records your MAC addresses, from what I understand, are also completely randomized underneath Android. In fact, from what I even know, Apple doesn't even have an API to capture a MAC address either. TeamU will seek for root access of a cell phone, which includes not only the files on the application, but obviously root access means all the access throughout every single directory on your device. So again,
my God.
Total access to your system. And according to this Grizzly Report research, which is where this information is grabbed from, TeamU just checks for root access. And then they say with root access, the app and the user are able to read, modify, and write not only user files, but everything on the device. Which is true if TeamU was using that root access. A lot of applications will check for root access, especially things like gacha games even, because they don't want somebody to be running cheat engines or cheat software that has elevated privileges on a device. There's even like iPhone games that check for jailbreaks just to make sure that they're trying to stamp out any cheater whatsoever. Again, checking for root access is something a lot of devices or a lot of programs will do. That doesn't make it inherently bad.
Okay, guys, we are at 11 hours and 57 minutes into this 12-hour session. And this is like the best day I've ever had streaming, I think. I found my niche. I did my first day in it. And it was super good. And I even had a hardcore death today that didn't even anger me because I knew I was like on the right bent. And tomorrow I'm looking forward to getting up and grinding. I got to walk and stuff. But after that, I'm going to grind. And I'm going to grind all day. So, just a reminder, I'm going to close this video out. I promised myself I would do a bit better of like station recognition on these videos at the end. So I'm going to pop at the end right here, and I want to say thank you to all the people that provided footage on my stream today. Thank you. And really appreciate the videos, and I figure embeds can't hurt their careers, hopefully. Now, I am skycat.live. I'm a full-time variety gamer all day, every day. Put me on in the background. You can click on the cat's face to donate if you'd like. Or you can come to my Twitch and subscribe to me. And I just got my affiliate. It's good. Now, yep. I believe that's all the content I have for you guys today. Thank you so much. And on that note, I will pass it on. What did we do today? We played WoW Hardcore and New World, and tune in tomorrow. By the way, for the Rust wipe, I'm gonna do a zombie Rust wipe tomorrow. And when I'm not playing New World, I'll be playing Rust, and so I'll play Rust. I'm gonna sub in Rust for New World tomorrow, and I'm excited for the Rust wipe tomorrow. So I'm gonna be up early at like 11:45. It's like, wow, it's 12:30 now. Yeah, but I'll be getting on about 12 o'clock, I think. Yeah. Somewhere around there to do the Rust zombie server. I'm gonna go smaller base, but yeah. And so stick around if you guys want to see that. On that note, I'm going to bail out. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. ILY, thank you for I love you guys. Thank you for being there with me. And on that note, I'm going to bail out. Thank you so much.